Burnley's first leg of the two-legged semi-final against Chelsea. Everton and Leeds play each other as well at Goodison Park in the other semi-final tomorrow. But tonight it's all about Chelsea and Burnley, and a tale of two strikers, Costa and Neymar. Plenty of goals between them two this season. Costa is Burnley's danger man, Neymar is Chelsea's danger man. And both teams surely predictably have picked very strong squads, and indeed they have. With a Wembley final at stake, it's not surprising really that Courtois plays in goal. Boateng and Suma the two centre backs. Costa up front, and it brings a bit of real strength to that Chelsea 11. Burnley, of course, make no changes. Of course, they stick with their tried and tested 4-4-2 with the same 11 that beat Crystal Palace. Neymar and Ings really doing well up front as a partnership, but with Balotelli to come back into the fold, it could be an interesting end to the season. Referee in charge of the proceedings today from Merseyside is Mike Deed. So it's Chelsea in blue. Remember, this match will not be settled to here tonight, but it will be settled in a week from now at Turf Moor. And in between that, there's an FA Cup fourth round game at home to Norwich, and you'll be able to see that delayed as well, full coverage on Saturday. But right now it's League Cup semi-final day, and the away goals count double at the end of extra time. So, but Burnley will want to take a significant lead to Turf Moor for the second leg in a week's time. Rodriguez with an early cross in there, and Neymar, or rather Ings, has got in there, and with 8 minutes gone, Burnley have scored a priceless away goal. Didn't even seem to be too much danger as Rodriguez crossed it in, but Danny Ings stole in behind the defender, and Burnley here have a dream start in this League Cup semi-final. With over 7 minutes of the game gone, it's only second goal in this Canada One Cup this season, but, well, it's a crucial one. So Danny Ings, the scorer. So it means now Chelsea have got to come out now firing with Diego Costa now. Ball played into Matic, back to Costa. Redmond took a risk but got away with it. Now Ramirez. Pedro to Nathan. That's a good ball out there to Salah, and Salah's cross is well cut out by Butland. Ivanovic. Quarter of an hour gone here at Stamford Bridge, and what's been a rip-roaring start to this League Cup semi-final. Danny Ings tries for Gorin. The goalkeeper Courtois didn't hold on the first time, but he certainly held on the second. And his kick has actually found Nathan here. And he needs support and he needs runners. And he's running on himself. And a good ball in, and Jack Butland was there first before Pedro could get in there. Really good Peter goalkeeping there. And as we approach the halfway mark of the first half, it's even Stevens in terms of opportunities and chances created. Now there was a foul there by Burnley player, and the referee playing a good advantage here as Costa goes on a canter forward and finds Matic, and a chance beneath, and it's 1-1. 2 goals in the first quarter of this semi-final, and it may well set the tone for drama here over the next, not just tonight, but the week's time at Turf Moor as well. Lovely build-up here from Chelsea, and what a curling shot by Nathan, first timer as well, with his right foot. Butland hand to Price, and with 26 minutes of this first leg gone, 1-1. Ings' goal cancelled out by Nathan, And again, like Ings, only scored his second Capital One Cup goal of the season, but it's a vital one, and it brings the score now to 1-1. Remember, a place at Wembley for the winners. We'll play Everton or Leeds at Wembley at the end of February. Burnley, of course, the League Cup holders. As Rodriguez goes on a run, gets his shot in. It's actually his first season as Burnley captain, Jay Rodriguez. This is the equalising goal again. With the right foot. Look at the way he just swerves inside the far post. That was a brilliant finish. And brings it to 1-1 here. And we've got a good semi-final on here for viewers. Nathan hurdled the challenge superbly. Needs some support, some runners. Gets the cross in, and Butland with a good little fist out. And Rodriguez just knocks it into touch. So Burnley getting away temporarily. And we've got about 10 minutes of the first half remaining here at Stamford Bridge in this first leg. Salah played it in there towards Ramirez. And Ramirez! Oh, what a chance. Well, the Chelsea captain for the night had the real opportunity there. Got into the position to actually get his shot in. But in the end, wide over the top. And here's Pedro now for Chelsea as we come towards the latter stages of the first half. Well inside the last 10 minutes now. In fact, we've got 5 minutes to go. Here's Azpilicueta. Should be getting that one out. Finding his captain Rodriguez. Zuma cuts that ball out. So very competently as well. This is Diego Costa. Not a good finish by the Spaniard. Born, of course, in Brazil. But those who are uninitiated, who don't know the story of Diego Costa. He was born a Brazilian, but had Spanish roots, and that's why he plays for Spain. Here's Ings at the other end. Oh, how unlucky can you get? He stroked that with some venom, Danny Ings. Courtois was beaten a mile. With the 200 minutes, by the way. And unfortunately for Ings, he rebounded right off the frame of the goal. And now Chelsea trying to build one last attack at the end of the first half. Stones trying to get back there. Ooh, Trippier took a risk, but he got away with it. All eyes now on referee Dean as this first half goes to a close. He does indeed accordingly blow the whistle. And what a superb first half here at Stamford Bridge in this first leg. Ings put Burnley in front early on, but then on the 26-minute mark, Nathan with a super equaliser, and it's all square at half-time. And a warm welcome back to the second half delayed coverage of Burnley against Chelsea in the first leg of the semi-final here at Stamford Bridge. Burnley now attacking the Matthew Harding end to our right. They had a shot charge down there for Redmond, former Birmingham youngster, signed of course from Carrow Road, where he was plying his trade at Norwich City. And he looks a player and a half now. He's come on leaps and bounds since he's signing from Norwich. Always wanted the ball. Here's Hughes. Chelsea for the record attacking the shed end, but here's still Will Hughes. And he shoots wide this time. And a goal kick. Beautiful stadium, Stamford Bridge. It's an absolute wonderful venue now for football, where several years ago, long before Roman Abramovich took control of the club, it used to be like a greyhound track running around it. And it was decrepitated as well. Really poor stadium, but Ken Bates did initially, and Roman Abramovich with Chelsea has been a real transformation. But wait a moment, it's a chance there, and it was Neymar who had the first shot. I think Bojan was going in on the second, on the rebound, and Chelsea scumbled it out. Here's Danny Ings now, and what a superb goal! That's his second of the night, and that's 2 away goals. Well, Chelsea really didn't clear their lines properly, and Ings took on a couple of opponents, and then with the outside of his right foot, more or less a toe poke, bends it round the goalkeeper, Courtois, and it may have just flicked the inside of the post on its way in. But Burnley now have a 2-1 lead overall, and Ings has got both. It's 2-1 on the night now to Burnley, and the 2 away goals may well count even more so now because they are away goals. Now then, Salah played it in. Stones knocking it back, and in the end it was hooked away. This is Redmond. Pedro now for Chelsea. Still Matic here, good cross. Nobody waited in the 6-yard box for any opportunity there coming their way. This is the goal again for Ings. Look how he just licks the inside of the post and kisses in. And whilst Nathan, who scored the equaliser, is actually surprisingly substituted by Cesc Fabregas. And we'll be showing this game as well in its entirety, a delayed coverage of the FA Cup match at home to Norwich. Be sure to join us for 4th round action there at the weekend. Meanwhile, here in the League Cup, it's Hughes now for Burnley. They're looking for a number 1, which would give them a big cushion going to the second leg at Turf Moor a week from now. And again, you'll be able to see that second leg in its entirety as well. Well, inside the last 20 minutes here, Chelsea plotting a second change. Eden Hazard will replace the ineffective and poor Pedro. And it means now Chelsea now starting to throw on 1 or 2 of the bigger guns now. And it wasn't a strong squad to start with. Gusidic watching on with a bit of nerves as Hughes tries the shot, and it's there! To almost everybody's surprise, including the users. But also, what you've also got to take into account, what a poor mistake by the goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois. Because this shot was not struck with any great power, with any great venom, and Thibaut Courtois will be absolutely livid with himself. That should have been, even with the dip on the bouncy front, that should have been regulation for the goalkeeper. That is poor goalkeeping of the grandest of scales. And Will Hughes makes it 3-1, and it's 3 away goals now for Burnley. You won't see poorer goalkeeping than that in any cup tie anywhere this season. Salah played it in, and that was better goalkeeper from Butland, but Salah keeps it alive, and Butland is out of his ground momentarily. The ball back, still not away yet. And now Trippier can bring it out. Well, a game that's been littered with plenty of shots. We've produced 4 goals so far in this first leg. We might have a 5th here with Hazard. And the deflection on the shot falls kindly for the Burnley goalkeeper. 5 minutes of a high-octane first leg to go. Rodriguez. Oof! And again, the goalkeeper wasn't sure that time. Bit of a pop shot there from Jay Rodriguez. Goalkeeper stood back, took a risk, and he got away with it. Well, that does surprise me there from Gusidic's point of view. I thought he might have tried to go with 2 up top for the remaining seconds that remain, but he's going to bring on Larrick Memmi, unless Costa has injured himself. Looks like he's injured himself there. He's holding his Probably his right shoulder there. So unless that's due to an enforced injury, that would be my guess. Yes, indeed, it is an injury. And Chelsea will be hoping he'll be around for the second leg. The Hughes again tries to catch Courtois out, and he almost succeeded in doing so. Courtois yet again getting away with it. This has really not learned from the third goal that went in there. He got lucky there because it seemed to ricochet off the base of his arm. That means Neymar will take the Burnley corner then. Deep one this time, Subotic. Goal kick. Well, Chelsea now face the mother of tall orders in a week's time, where they have to go back to Turf Moor for the second leg. But it's Stutz's Clarets holding all the aces, all the away goals at the moment. As Mr. Dean brings the match to the close, so it's half time in the tie, with a second leg to come in a week's time. But Burnley are in pole position. 2 goals from Danny Ings. In between that, an equaliser from Nathan to bring it to 1-1, and then Thibaut Courtois with an inexplicable mistake, and Will Hughes, who was surprised more than most, got on the score sheet, and it gives Burnley a 3-1 lead to take to the second leg. Will he be taking part? We don't know. We'll find out in a week's time whether we will or not. One thing is for certain: Burnley have won the first leg by 3 goals to 1, and 3 away goals to boot. Well, one it finished in the other semi-final as well, between Everton and Leeds, so that one is a quiet place, with Leeds grabbing a vital away goal to give themselves a real chance in a week's time at Elland Road. But a good first leg there for Burnley. 3-1 winners, although I said in commentary that Will Hughes was surprised. Well, the guy who's talking to you now, who's the commentator as well, I was taken by surprise. I didn't honestly think Hughes had scored. I honestly thought Thibaut Courtois had made a regulation save, and then it just seemed to sneak in. To everybody's surprise, everyone in the stadium, including myself, commentating it at the time, it was just unbelievable, really. But we've got a 3-1 lead. We've got 3 away goals in the bank. But if Chelsea need to win the second leg 3-1 to force extra time, I just do not honestly think we will have extra time next week. But stranger things are happening in cup football, so we cannot count our blessings until it all happens. Thank you very much for watching tonight. That just brings us to the end of the video. Don't forget to leave a like as always. You could also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do subscribe, because the subscriptions are crucial to this channel doing very, very well. And we've had quite a flurry of subscribers in the last sort of few weeks or so. So thank you very much for watching. We're looking forward to hopefully getting that 100 mark. As far as Twitter is concerned, the address as usual is at Stutzy83. That's the Twitter address. And that's about it. All the details will be on the screen. We'll see you on Saturday for the Norwich FA Cup game, and again you'll see full coverage of that in its entirety. And on Wednesday, and on the 29th, it's to Turf Moor, back to Turf Moor in fact, for the second leg. Hope to see you for both games. Till then, we'll see you very soon. Have a good evening. Take care. Ta-ra now. Bye.